Hi. Just like we promised, we are going to read a story to you every week. I know Miss Jack read you a story about a donkey, Jesus' donkey. Well, this week, I'm going to tell you about a story of three men, really four. But I know in my class, if you're in my class, you want to know who the author is. And the story is in the Bible, and the author is God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus. The illustrator is the same, and the publisher for this Bible, which they're all different, is Tyndale House. So I know that you're all going to be asking about that. So in Luke chapter 5, there's a very interesting story. And sometimes I've told you this story over, if you've been with me at all, we've talked about Jesus and Peter, James, and John. Now, Jesus was talking and he was across the lake and he was preaching like he always preached. And all of a sudden, he looked across and he saw three men in a boat, looking very worried and very distraught. So Jesus walked across and said, "Can I help you? What's wrong?" He said it to the sailors. And they said, we're just exhausted. We fished all night and we didn't catch any fish. And this is what we do for a living. We have to have this money." And Jesus looked at them and said, "I want you to know that if you cast your nets on the other side of the boat, you'll get a lot of fish." Well, what happened is they're like, "Oh, how could that happen?" You know, they said, "No, that's not. We fished all night and nothing happened." So Peter, James, and John decided to listen to Jesus. And so when they listened to Jesus, they threw their nets on the other side of the boat. And when they did that, you know what happened, some of you. The nets were so full, they had to call other sailors and other fishermen to get all the fish in the boat, and the boat was so heavy. And God looked at them and said, "See, I told you, you're fishers of men, and I would take care of you." Now, this is a story about three men who needed to listen to Jesus, just like we need to listen to Jesus. Peter, James, and John. When they listened to Jesus and they did what Jesus told them, like all of us should do, their nets were full and their nets were almost breaking, and they were able to eat and to sell and do what they needed to do. Now, you know, along with this story is the song that we all sing. And I know you could sing it with me right now. Peter, James, and John in the sailboat. Peter, James, and John in the sailboat. Peter, James, and John in the sailboat. Out on the deep blue sea. They fished all night, but they caught no fishes. Fished all night, but they caught no fishes. Fished all night, but they caught no fishes. Out on the deep blue sea. And then we know what happened. Then Jesus came walking on the water. Then Jesus came walking on the water. Then Jesus came walking on the water. Out on the deep blue sea. And then our nets are full of fishes. Then their nets are full of fishes. Then their nets are full of fishes. Out on the deep blue sea. I hope you remember that song and that you'll sing it today and sing it to other people. I hope you're being very good to your parents and that you're doing all the work that Miss Jack and I send you. I miss you very much. Miss Jack misses you so much. Can't we wait to be together soon. Bye.